Hey guys, Armando here again. Just wanted to do a brief descriptive video of another figure build I completed recently. Well, completed it tonight, but I've been working on it on the side all throughout my Defiant build, and also the refit and a couple of other builds, as well as the Halloween build. This is sort of like an extended accessory Halloween build. This is Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead, and it's a caricature sculpt. The head's slightly bigger than normal. I just finished him tonight, and I just wanted to go over what I did with him. Just show you guys, rotating him briefly. This was produced and sculpted by a member of the Clubhouse forum, and I can't recall the gentleman's name right now because I've had this figure now for a couple of months. I'll look him up and I'll post him in the comments in the video. Anyway, I pretty much did everything on this guy with the Tamiyas, which is a first for me. I didn't use any spees, mainly because the Tamiyas had the perfect colors that I was looking for. Didn't have to mix anything in. I started with a base. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. The colors of the base were done with spees. This was a brown that I had already mixed for a previous project. I have it right here, and to which I added some black to make it darker, coming up with sort of a mahogany brown type color, which I applied because I wanted the base to look like it was made out of wood. Keep in mind, this is all resin. As you can see, that's the native resin in the bottom, but I wanted it to look like wood, and this color was perfect for that. So I painted the edge first, then I did a dark slate gray that I already had mixed up for something else, spees also, and then I did a wash to bring out the lines. Then I did some dry brush staining, including some red, brick red staining with the secret weapon pigments, as well as some ash and a couple other colors, some black, exhaust black, you know, dry brushing them on with a big flat brush. And then I sealed it all with the Tester's dull coat. For the zombie, I did use, to me, I used the what gray was that? Here we go, ocean gray. And then I did a wash with some thinned out black to bring out all the wrinkles. The open parts, I used the Predator Flesh colors from Garage Kits. Let's see here, where is this thing? Base Predator Flesh, I believe this is the one I used. For the tongue, I used Tongue from Garage Kit Colors, and I used a lighter gray, the Royal Light Gray, for some of the teeth. For the eyes, I used flat white, and for the hair, flat black, Tamiya. And then after all that was done, I again dry brushed some black and ash gray on it to sort of blend everything in, because I didn't want the colors to be so perfectly defined. Obviously with these these figure builds, you want to make sure everything gets blended in. I also threw some in the mouth to make the tongue less red and more like a dead tongue, basically. Then I stained a little red on here with some Tamiya red to make it seem like he just had a meal. The hand was separate. I painted it again using the same gray. I used some black for the nails. Did a wash for all the wrinkles to bring them out. Painted the sleeve just like I painted the neck here in a green yellow Tamiya, I believe it was. Yeah, yellow green. Here we go. XF4. And again, I used a dry brush with exhaust black and a couple other colors. You can see that they're there. And then I sealed it all in with a dull coat, Tester's dull coat. So after I finished the base, then I turned my attention to Rick. I did the arms and the head first. I masked off the gun with silly putty, and I masked off his watch with silly putty. And then I went ahead and painted him with a combination of the transparent pale flesh to lay down a more tan base color, and then the bronze flesh, not the semi-transparent, but the regular bronze flesh. Here we go. To give him the more natural color, fully knowing that it would probably be too flat at first. I attempted to bring out some of the creases between the muscles by throwing some of this on after I'd painted him with a brush, and then again I airbrushed the bronze flesh. Success was so-so, but as I'll explain to you in a few minutes, I did manage something else on him that made it look a lot better. I used tongue for the nails, and with my fingers I would go like that afterwards to spread it. Did the same with both hands. Then with the face, I did the same. The hair and the beard I did with brown Tamiya. I went light on the brown on the beard because I painted his face with a flesh color first, using the same technique as with the arms. And I wanted some of the flesh color to come through the hairs. After all, the hairs are not supposed to be completely thick unless it's a very thick beard. It also gives it a more natural appearance, I think. Did the same with the eyebrows. As you can see, they're not solid because eyebrows are not supposed to be solid. And for the eyes, I used the decals, blue eyes, as the actor has in the series. Hard to see them there, but they're there. Having completed those, I set them aside and then turned on my attention to the body. For the shirt, I used Tamiya khaki, which I already put away. Yeah, Tamiya khaki. For the boots, I used, which one did I use for that? It was a, let me go get it. It's over here. Okay, here's the khaki I used for the shirt, which was almost dead on to the color that shows up on the poster. This sculpt, by the way, is based on season 3 promotion poster where he's standing on top of a flipped over recreational vehicle, and he's aiming at some zombies, presumably. For the boots, I use this brown, XF72 brown / JGSDF. I'm not sure what that means, but I thought it was pretty damn close to what I saw on the poster. And for the pants, I used the NATO black because I didn't want them to be fully black. I want them to be more of an off black. For the belt I use the semi-gloss Tamiya black. For the belt buckles I use the flat aluminum, as well as for the button buckles. Then I turned my attention to the detail work on the arms. The watch I used titanium silver for the strap and gunmetal for the watch face, and then I used a little paper clip and carefully drew 2 lines to make it seem like there was a line there with a light royal gray again. For the gun I used the NATO black for the handle and the chrome silver for the body, for the body of the gun. Then I drilled a hole for the left heel and into the base to give him a solid place to stand on. I put a small nail in there after chopping off the head of the nail and the tip. He's not glued on there, he could be moved around, but he is very solid because the nail is in his heel. I sprayed the whole thing with dull coat, and I think that's it. I'm not forgetting anything else. Oh, of course, yeah, the most important part. Before I sprayed the dull coat, I used the Secret Weapon tint and dry brushed on different stains, some of them including Ancient Earth and a couple other colors. As you can see, they very nicely simulate all the grunge and dirt that's supposed to be on these guys. See on the pants there, and the beauty of this is once they're on and you spray the sealant on top, they don't go anywhere anymore. They stay on. See, look at this. This is beautiful because it looks just like on the poster, his sweat and grime and everything on the shirt, which is what I wanted. And it had, especially this Ancient Earth one, had the additional benefit that when I brushed it on his skin, it brought out all the veins and the creases in the muscle like I've been looking for, and it also gave him a more tanned, dirty appearance, which is perfect because he's been out in the sun. So it's a discovery I made by accident, a happy accident as it were, but it does add incredible definition to the skin. Look at the way those veins just pop out now. Much better than I could have done with my attempts at brushing on the pale flesh color. So I'm very happy with the way that turned out. The shirt actually looks like it needs to go to the laundry. It's so dirty. It's perfect. So I think this is probably the build that I'm most happy with as far as figure build and staining and in general just the realism so far. I'm extremely pleased with this one. I'm going to put them up on the counter next to the TV for Sunday's Walking Dead. It's beautiful. So that's Rick Grimes from Walking Dead, and sorry I didn't have a detailed build log, but I went through everything as I remembered it. These figure builds really, for the most part, I'm not going through detailed builds because the techniques are basically the same, and I'm not going to bore you guys with that. But I do feel that I should describe everything I use so that you guys can use them if you want to try it, and modify them with your techniques, whichever way you think is going to work out best. Anyway, thanks for watching, and talk to you later.